How do I maximize my credit card points? Well, I follow this recipe. It may seem simple, and it can be, but sometimes it takes a little work, sometimes it takes a little effort, and some patience and persistence. Sometimes you might not be successful, but if you can make it through all three of these steps, you're really maximizing your credit card points. My name is Max, and I help people maximize their airline miles, hotel points, and credit card points. Remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below, and let's get started. The first step of this recipe is the hardest, and if it were easy, everybody would do it, right? It's finding Saver Award Space. Saver Award Space is the discounted award space, and it's the best deal in miles and points. Whenever I say I booked business class for 34,000 points and someone else goes online and checks for flights that are on a similar route and finds a flight for 100,000 points, that's not Saver Award Space. 34,000 points is Saver Award Space. The more expensive and easier to find award space is called Everyday Award Space. As a maximizer, we want to find Saver Award Space because it's the best deal, and with every good deal, it can be hard to find and might take some work, and I'll show you a few quick ways to find Saver Award Space, because finding Saver Award Space can be a whole separate video. Again, this is just a primer and a quick overview of finding Saver Award Space. So let's first start off with Star Alliance Airlines, and one of the best ways to search Star Alliance Airlines for Saver Award Space is using United.com. We might not be booking through United, we're just using it as a search tool. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and click on Book with Miles, click on Flexible Dates, and for example, we're gonna do LAX to Tokyo in January for one adult in business class, and click on Find Flights. I'm not gonna log in because logging in can kind of skew your results a little bit depending on what type of United member you are. So not logging in is the way to go. So I'm gonna X out of that. This is the result, and by clicking Flexible Dates, it gives you the 30-day calendar. And so looking at this 30-day calendar, you can pick and choose which dates require the fewest amount of points. Dates that require the fewest amount of points is a high likely chance that it might be Saver Award Space. It's not a 100% guarantee that it would be Saver Award Space, but there's a high possibility, high chance that it might be. One surefire way to find Saver Award Space for Star Alliance Airlines is to look at the fare codes, and this is where United is super helpful. And so down below here are the results, and then I'm gonna sort this by business class. And then what I'm looking for is the fare codes, and you can already see it on this screen. You can click on details here, and it also expands on that as well. And what we're looking for is United Economy Fare Class X, and they also mark it up here as Saver Award here as well for economy. For economy, United marks it. For business class, they don't. But the way that we can tell at Saver Awards is Fare Class I. So this identifies that this business class ticket is Saver Awards. So this particular flight is operated by United Airlines, but if we find an ANA flight on here, if we find an Avianca flight on here, if we find a Lufthansa or Austrian Airlines or any other Star Alliance airline partner on this United page and it says Economy X or Business Fare Class I, that means that's Saver Award Space. And so that's how you identify Saver Awards on United for Star Alliance Airlines. So that's for Star Alliance Airlines, which has the largest international network out of all the airline alliances. Before we dive into how to find Saver Award Space for One World Airlines, I want to mention one thing that I absolutely hate, and that's spam calls. At one point, it became so annoying that I stopped answering my phone. This is where the sponsor of today's video comes in, Aura. Aura identifies these data brokers that are selling your information and your phone number, and they'll send an opt-out request on your behalf, so you can finally stop those spam calls. Plus, this helps get your personal information out of the hands of anyone who is willing to pay for it. Do you really want these data brokers profiting off your information? Aura also does more like protect you and your family from online threats with their parental controls, antivirus, VPN, password management, identity theft insurance, and more. And you can get all of this at one affordable price. Let Aura do the hard work of stopping those spam calls and help keep you safe online so you can focus on other tasks with peace of mind, like maximizing your credit card points. Go to aura.com/maxmilespoints to start your 2-week free trial of Aura. I'll also link it down in the description as well. Thanks Aura for sponsoring today's video, and moving on to One World Airlines. So for One World Airlines, I like to use American Airlines. Let's go to my computer and I'll show you how to search on American Airlines. So I'm here on the American Airlines website. I'm gonna do one way, San Francisco to Tokyo, for example. Actually, I'm gonna put in TYO here, and then click on Redeem Miles, one person for January 16th, for example, and click on Search. These are the results, and what we're looking for here on American Airlines are partner airlines. So that means Japan Airlines, Qatar Airways, or other One World partner airlines on here, because partner airlines share Saver Award Space with other partner airlines. And so that means if I find a partner airline flight here on the American Airlines website, that means it's likely Saver Award Space. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and sort this by business class, And right here, you can see Japan Airlines operated flight. There's main cabin seats available. The flight down below here is Japan Airlines, and there's 2 seats available in business class. And since this flight is operated by a partner airlines and it's showing up here on American Airlines' website, that means it's Saver Award Space. Another way we can identify Saver Award Space here on American Airlines is click on calendar, and then let's do like nonstop only. And so this calendar tells us the individual dates that have Saver Award Space or likely to have Saver Award Space. So 60,000 points on the 16, 17, 18, all the way 21 through 26. If I click on the 29th and hit apply changes, these flights are operated by Japan Airlines, and there's 60,000 points in business class here operated by Japan Airlines. That means that this is likely to be Saver Award Space. It's not as clear cut as Star Alliance Airlines, but this is kind of how you can use American Airlines' website to find partner airlines. And if you find partner airlines on American Airlines, then it's likely to be Saver Award Space. So that's my preferred method to quickly search to see if there's any One World award availability. Of course, there are other ways, but that's just one of the ways. When it comes to Team Airlines though, this gets a little tricky and it's not as clear cut, but it's similar to using American Airlines for One World Airlines. You can use Delta Airlines website for Team Airlines. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm here on the Delta website and I put in LAX to Taipei one way on November 20th, for example, 1 passenger. I'm going to go and click on shop with miles and then click on advanced search, and choosing Delta 1 tells that it's searching for business class. Delta calls their business class Delta 1, and so if you're going to search for business class, then you have to put in Delta 1. And LAX to Taipei is operated by China Airlines. So China Airlines is based out of Taipei, and so that's what we're kind of searching for here. I recently flew China Airlines in September and loved it a lot. You can go check it out. I'll probably link it somewhere up here or down in the description as well. But go ahead and click on search, and then it ran its search, and what you want to do is click on price calendar. And using the price calendar, you want to identify the dates that require the fewest amount of points. It's a likely chance that that might be Saver Award Space. And so I'm going to go and select the 20th. That seems pretty good. And so in this case, this first flight here is operated by China Airlines. That means that this is likely Saver Award Space. Even though this is Saver Award Space, the points are really high because Delta does like dumb things like this where they charge a lot for their international flights. So what we can do instead is that we can shop this around, which I'll explain in the next section. So that's a few free options to find Saver Award Space, but you can also use paid tools like Seats.Aero to search for flights and potentially find Saver Award Space. I have a few videos on Seats.Aero, which I'll link down in the description so you can go check those out. Okay, so what do you do with Saver Award Space now that you found Saver Award Space, which is the hardest part? Well, the next part of the recipe is shopping. A key concept regarding Saver Award Space is that airlines share the same Saver Award Space with partner airlines. So if you found Saver Award Space with one airline, it means you're likely to find the same Saver Award Space on other partner airline websites as well, and those other airlines might charge less for the same exact flight. For example, if we take the Saver Award Space we found in the first example, we can shop that Saver Award Space around to Singapore Airlines, to Air Canada, to LifeMiles, or even Turkish Airlines to check what they're charging for the same exact flight. I made a tool called the Transfer Partner Identifier. Once you've identified Saver Award Space, you can select the airline, select the points you want to use, and it'll tell you which credit card transfer partners to shop around that Saver Award Space to. It's kind of like a guide, so you don't have to think about which airlines to run your search on. It just makes it easy. I'll link it down in the description if you want to go purchase that spreadsheet. Once you search some of the other airlines, then we can pick and choose which airlines requires the fewest amount of points, and that's the airline we want to transfer our credit card points to and book the flight through. That's what shopping around is like. But before you transfer your points, there's also one more step to the strategy, and that's transfer bonuses. So you already checked the first 2 boxes. You found Saver Award Space and you shopped it around and you're already getting a good deal. How can you make a good deal even better? And that's stacking a transfer bonus on top of that. Sometimes credit card issuers have transfer bonuses to airline or hotel partners. Sometimes it's 10%, sometimes it's 20%, sometimes it's 40%. And so if you can take a transfer bonus and stack that on top of the other 2 steps part of the recipe, then you're getting an even better deal. For example, if I found that Saver Award Space for a United flight, I can shop it around and it's the cheapest to book through Air Canada. If Air Canada also has a transfer bonus of 20%, I'm paying even less points and getting an even better deal. Transfer bonuses come and go. I can't predict when they'll come, but it's a great opportunity to save points on bookings, especially if you find that Saver reward space. So that's my recipe. Find Saver reward space, shop that Saver reward space around, and if I'm lucky, I can stack a transfer bonus on top of that. If you're able to check off 2 or maybe 3 of these from the recipe, then you're really maximizing your credit card points. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, remember to hit the like and subscribe button down below. Check out some of these videos over here if you want to maximize your points even more. Happy travels, keep maximizing your points, and I'll see you guys in the next one.